Bye bye Bitcoin. You wanna know why? Then smash the like button. I'm telling you the last information about the crypto world and much more. This is Rodrigo Arnedo, CryptoNews, crypto to the max. Today, of course, we're gonna talk about Bitcoin. In the last videos, you have to watch them all. We're trying to stop the cycle of this market. We want to know where Bitcoin is headed. And today, we're gonna go deeper into that. But before, remember the last video I told you about the golden cross for Bitcoin and how high we could go? Well, now we have a golden cross in the total market cap. So that is huge too. But today, remember this video? Master plan from Donald Trump. What is he doing in the macroeconomy and how does affect Bitcoin market? Well, today we also go deeper into this as Donald Trump keeps on trolling all the time. Now he said that he wants the debt limit to be over. He wants to spend no matter what, to the point that Elon Musk is not anymore his friend, and he's posting things like this with kill bill, destroy the bill. He is asking people in United States to call your senator, call your congressman, so that the bill does not pass. This goes against Donald Trump plans, and yeah, you need to consider how strong is Elon Musk in United States also. And now he is saying that the fiat system is collapsing, and even somehow he's finding support in the crypto bros because he answered Brian Armstrong that said that if electoral doesn't hold Congress accountable to reducing the deficit and start paying down the debt, Bitcoin is going to take over as a reserve currency. So he put the American flag on that tweet. Seems that he's now trying to get these people to love him again against the bill. Also, President from El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, met with House Executive Director of Digital Assets, Bohim, to discuss collaboration on Bitcoin and digital assets. So you can see all these movements out there, and I have some thoughts about all this. With this tweet from Quinten telling us that liquidity cycle is expected to be peaking on Q1 of 2026, and with all these crazy things from Elon Musk and from Donald Trump, this is my crazy idea. Donald Trump is trying to do the same things he tried to do on 2017 when he was there being president of United States. So if that's the case, I'm not that smart. I know not a lot about economy and geopolitical stuff, but Donald Trump is trying to attempt to do what he couldn't at that point, and that's what we should follow. Also, about this liquidity cycle, you need to understand that we are going to have midterms, and is the perfect timing of this liquidity for those midterms. Donald Trump needs to do whatever he wants to do really fast, so that at some point economy starts flourishing and dollar goes up again, so that he doesn't lose everybody on Congress as happened in 2017. So that put Bitcoin top according to this liquidity cycle in Q2 2026, as Bitcoin historically lacks money supply by 10 weeks. I don't believe it's gonna take that long this time. I'm gonna jump out of this trend before that. Quinten was asking us here to plan your exit like a pro. So you should do that. I don't know if I'm gonna do it like a pro or maybe I'm gonna be mistaken, but I have a plan that I'm gonna share with you right now. So subscribe to the channel and click the like button. Thank you very much. This is one of my crazy charts. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not expert. I have no idea whatsoever what's gonna happen. But I go to TradingView and I have fun creating these charts, these amazing ones. So you have dollar chart, you can see how it went down in 2017 from the very moment Donald Trump came into office, and it's doing the same right now. We've seen this in previous videos. Today we refresh this information. 386 days was dollar going down since the first day Donald Trump took office. So if that's the case, dollar is gonna go down till some point of February 2026, 10 of February 2026. This might be the case because this happened in the past, and things that has happened once can happen again. So what happened with Bitcoin? At that point, we went all the way up till precisely December the 17th. So yeah, that is the point to make things easy for you that I'm gonna jump, because you can see that we still need more time, these 386 days, in order to dollar to bottom and start going up again. But Bitcoin started going down before that. So I'm gonna follow this exactly same path for my jumping out of the train. And of course, we need to consider those midterms and how Donald Trump need to change the narrative so that this time he doesn't lose all these people. And how is gonna Bitcoin behave to the top? Well, let's compare how things are being for Bitcoin right now compared to 2017, as we were watching in previous charts. You can see that we had a drop of 31%. And what has happened with Bitcoin since Donald Trump came in office this time? We've been down exactly 30%. So it's the same movement, even though it seems different, it's just a 30% drop. Then we had an 8% drop, and we just had an 8% drop. So right now, price of Bitcoin is behaving exactly the same. So if this is the case and it's going to keep on behaving exactly the same, we're gonna go up for good, but going up and down, up and down, up and down. So you can see we had then this drop of 30%, also here 35%, here 18%, 37%, 27% in our way to the top. So maybe you can try on time these ups and downs and do some trade, but I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is keep on accumulating Bitcoin as much as I can when I feel we are 20-25 down of any point right now in our way up. And on December the 26th, the 15th, I'm gonna jump like crazy. This is my plan. We'll see in the future if I do it or not, if it's a good idea or not. Important for you is plan like a pro. So plan in advance, plan it today. You'll thank me later. If we go to the daily chart of Bitcoin, you can see we're still following the chart that I told you in previous videos. And today we're gonna go deeper also into where Bitcoin can be in the short term. And we are gonna talk about Trump again. Why? Because he was talking bad about Jerome Powell again. He said that he's unbelievable and must now lower rates. He's always late. He's always Mr. Too Late. We have in little more than 10 days a new meeting of the Fed. It's a critical day when Bitcoin has to decide where to go, and probably the decision of the Fed is going to be critical for that. So yeah, remember we had this data 16th of June for the point where Bitcoin could be in $91,000. And that can be the case. So for me, I believe that Bitcoin in the short period of time can be flat through this line and be exactly at $101,000 for 18th of June. Or if things go south, we can be in 91,800 for the very same day, 18th of June, so that we can close the gap of the futures of the CME. And talking about that, you can see how we broke the moving average. Well, we didn't want it to break that one. This is not a good sign whatsoever. as it is not this coincidence. Remember this chart where I told you when would be close that gap? Well, you can see that right now for that very same day, June the 18th, we projected it would be in 91 closing it. So yeah, these are the scenarios that we don't want to face, but those can be the ones. If not this other one, where we are in a crypto winter and we go all the way down till February of next day. I told you about this in previous videos. Watch them all. The market is crazy. Volatility today, Europe going up, Asia going up in the stock market, also gold, now Bitcoin recovering. Who knows? But if you want some opium, if you want some good news, what about these ones? Hong Kong officially accepts Bitcoin as proof of assets to apply for residency. Here we go. Maybe I will at some point. Also from Russia, Russian Central Bank, Agricultural Bank is exploring Bitcoin as settlement tool for grain exports. Bitcoin becoming the global reserve asset. This is massive. Also, you have from Russia that Moscow Exchange launched ruble-based Bitcoin ETF futures open to qualified investors only. So Russia is moving into Bitcoin. Also Saudi Arabia is launching its first ever tokenized real estate deal. And it is not just there. Also, you can see how Dubai Financial Service Authority is now approving the RLUSD, the Ripple stablecoin. So huge also for Ripple in United Arab Emirates. What about this one? 300 million XRP treasury now filled in the SEC. This comes from Huevos International Limited. Good for XRP. And what about this one? From Kazakhstan, the National Bank just launched Bitcoin and crypto card. You can see this is happening all over the world. In Switzerland, Swiss Central Bank just disclosed buying 38 million more of the stock of Michael Saylor MicroStrategy. And what about this gigantic economic technological monster in China? Mike Hai, the CEO of Matus, said that Bitcoin is going to 1 million per coin. So yeah, China is also into the game. And I told you about so many companies coming into the sphere, like for example, Smer Scientific. They purchased an additional 885 Bitcoin. And thank God that we have some of these metrics where you can see all the companies and all the Bitcoin they held, like Strategy, Galaxy Digital, Blog, Metaplanet, GameStop, all these, and how much Bitcoin they held, which is a lot. They hold a lot of Bitcoin. Not just companies, also congressmen and congresswomen. Brandon Gill purchased up to $850 million, not million, dollars, close to $1 million of Bitcoin so far. And if you thought that was all, you need to consider that 4.9 trillion asset manager Fidelity has just released a report making the case for corporate Bitcoin accumulation. So you have all the risks you can have in economy and how Bitcoin is the solution for that. Maybe we have low interest rates or high interest rates. Bitcoin seems to be solution for both scenarios. Also for foreign exchange risk, for credit risk, for liquidity risk, and for inflation risk, according to this monster. And also, what about this piece of information? California passed a bill allowing the state to seize Bitcoin left idle on exchanges after 3 years under unclaimed property laws. So, not your kids, not your coins. If you have crypto in the exchanges, be careful because they can seize it, just not saying anything about that. So maybe it's time for you to have a cold wallet like Tangen, for example. This week you have a special offer. It's just for this week. You can have huge discounts, 20% and plus. And you have the link in the description below. 8 riders already had bought it. So thank you very much. The market today is in the red, so maybe good day to go into CoinTracking and see how your portfolio is behaving. And let me ask you, please, if you are the 3 winners of CoinTracking, write me please an email at funontheright@gmail.com. I'm gonna leave the name again of the winners in the description below, because CoinTracking asked me. That way it's going to be easier to give you your prize. Thank you very much. We say goodbye with this guy that just found the guy who told him to invest in crypto. This is 2028. It's like 15 years ago. And yeah, sure, they love each other so much. Also, of course, we have a cat today. This guy that wants the Bitcoin, please. He's begging for it. I need some crypto. And you need, of course, more knowledge. So keep on learning here on Rodrigo Arnedo, Noticias Bitcoin, health, money, love, power in peace, and the best is yet to come. To the moon!